A year or so ago, we sat as a family and decided that we need to be more intentional with making time to rest. This is a concept that in today's world is a foreign concept because we are living in a time of hustle culture, grind culture. When you are just home and relaxing, you feel guilty. You feel like I'm supposed to be out there. I'm supposed to be in the grind. I'm supposed to be doing something. I'm not supposed to be seated here and not doing anything. In Genesis 2, God introduces this concept of rest. That after he had worked for 6 days, he took out the seventh day to just rest. So if our Maker finds it important to rest and is introducing this concept to us of rest, we see it even in Exodus that this concept is added to the commandment that we need to rest, that our manufacturer has instructed us or has created us and built us in such a way that we cannot function without this element, that we need to take time off. Now when you buy a car, the manufacturer will tell you, you need to service this car every 10 to 15,000 kilometers. And if you don't, that car will not last long. But if you follow the manufacturer's instructions and do as they have instructed, you are in essence guaranteeing longevity of that vehicle that you have bought. That is the same thing with us, that God has given us this wisdom and this instruction for us to follow. Why? Because he knows that the body needs to recover, it needs to repair itself, and our body repairs itself when it is at rest. One study shows that the average adult needs about 7 to 9 hours of sleep so that it can properly recover and restore whatever damage has been caused. And what happens is that because we are glorifying this culture of busyness, people are not getting enough sleep. And what happens when you don't get enough sleep? You increase your chances of getting hypertension, that is high blood pressure, obesity, cardiovascular issues. Your immune system is affected negatively. So some of the diseases and illnesses that we are dealing with are because we do not make time to rest. We are not intentional with making time to rest. That this is important if we are going to be effective in the places that God has placed us in our jobs, in our careers, in our businesses, in our ministries. That if we are going to be effective, we also need to take care of this element of resting, because otherwise your mental health will also deteriorate if you are not taking time out to rest. So brethren, I just wanted to come and encourage you and go against the flow, because we are living in a time where of the grind culture, the hustle culture, of busyness. But I just want to encourage you today that make time to rest. It is not only beneficial to your physical being, it is beneficial to your mental state, to your physical state, to your spiritual state. That make time to disconnect yourself and connect. Spend time with your loved ones. Spend time with God. Because in our busyness, all of these things cannot take place. Hence why we need to, we need to work. We acknowledge that. But let us also be intentional in making time to just rest so that we can be efficient in the places that God has placed us.